Hi, my name is Willie, and in this video we're going to be doing a little bit of an update. Going to be putting chains on this guy later. That's just some bonus info. Now what I really want to talk about is what's on the workbench. By the way, sorry about the heater noise. Well, we got this guy, which is a cast iron, long life, which should be nice. This does have compression, and the carburetor is seized, but the tank was dry, nothing in it, so I'm pretty sure that'll probably run, but I'm not going to waste any time with that until I need it. But yeah, it's a good engine block for parts. And I got this guy with it. This one's seized, and including the carburetor components are seized on it as well. The carburetor had some moisture in the bottom of it. I'm sorry, the gas tank had some moisture in the bottom of it, so the gas tank is rusty. I don't know if there's any holes in it. But before I get into this, I want to show you just how close this thing looks to a Simplicity tank on it. Here, let me grab the Simplicity tank. Okay, this is for a flat hood Simplicity. I don't know if it'll fit the round hoods, but I'll find out before too long. But this is a gas tank I got in a model 22 or 32 Simplicity. And this is an indent for the hood bolts that tie the hood down. And this gas fill is a little off to the off center. I don't know, maybe a ½ inch off center. Let me put this right on top of this other engine. Or, I'm sorry, this other gas tank. Utterly identical. However, the Tecumseh engine gas tank does not have an offset on it. But at least I have one good tank. I don't know if I'm going to wind up using this or get it running, but these are just going to get stuck in my shed. I'm just glad to have the air filters on them and carburetors. Hopefully the carburetors aren't rotted away, but those carburetors are hard to find for these older engines. So they're always nice to have. And one other thing I got these two and this guy. Whole package deal for 50 bucks. All of them have been sitting outside for years. Many years. Matter of fact, this was actually stuck when I got it, but the throttle is still seized. The throttle's not even moving on this thing. It's been sitting outside without an air filter and overfilled with creamy looking oil. So we're going to open this up and see what the internals look like. I bought this for parts. I wanted the sump cover and the cam to put in my propane engine so I can actually have a governor on top of having the rev limiter on it, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can always look at my previous videos. I might even put my previous video of that engine in the description below, but I have a Vanguard engine that runs on propane. Never had a governor on it because it came off of a generator. Some generators, like the ones that have inverter type generators, have servos to actuate the throttle, so when it's not under load, the RPMs are dropped, and when it's under when it needs the load, it increases the RPMs and actuates the throttle electrically. So these guys I'm not going to get into. I wouldn't be surprised if the one that's not seized, which I believe is this one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I stuck starting fluid in this thing, that this probably would even pot off, but I don't have the time to mess with that. It is 5:30 right now, and I don't want to be going to bed before too long. Might even see a live stream tonight, I don't know, it's Sunday. But anyway, we'll get this guy drained out and see what we got. We're going to pull this cover off. As you can imagine, the engine is seized. So we'll pull this cover off and see what we got in here, see if there's anything detonated or not, because I have a hard time believing someone would leave a good motor outside in the rain. So let's see what we get in there, okay? So, hang on. Okay, I got her all knocked loose. I haven't been in here yet, so I'm going to see it the first time you guys are going to be seeing it. Bloopers and all. We're now entering the crankcase zone. I know, a bad joke. Come on. Ah. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this thing. Oh! Okay. Ah, bummer. I was hoping I could use the cam out of this thing. Well, that cam's pretty much toast. Even if it was salvageable, I don't really want to waste my money on it. I don't know. Maybe it's not too bad. Let me get a wire brush on that and see if it can't be cleaned up. But if I see pitting in it, I'm not going to waste my time with it. Brass brush. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing pitting in here. Oh, I'm losing springs. I don't know. Governor Assembly's not seized on it, but see if it won't come out. Come on, baby. Yeah, let me get a second hand on that and we'll get that out. Crankshaft doesn't seem to be too bad. Usually the crank journals have a coating of oil inside of them, but no shrapnel in the crankcase. No real amounts of corrosion in the bottom of it. This is a horizontal shaft. So it looks like the cam suffered more than anything else. Let me get that camshaft out of there. I need 2 hands to get that, okay? So I'm going to put you on pause, so hang on. Some of these valves were actuating. They aren't totally seized, so that's a good sign that the heads are still salvageable. You can see how this one's stuck up. But I was able to rotate the cam to get those lobes up and out of the way and pop it out, and the cam's pretty much toast. There's already pitting on the tappet surfaces, and I mean, there's not much you can do with that. So no matter what you do with this, even if you clean it up, it's just going to tear everything to pieces and destroy an engine. So tappets don't look too bad. They look like they'll clean up. They usually get a good coating of oil. They're not seized in here. They're all moving. So it looks like the tappets are all good. So I doubt the block is not salvageable. I'll bet you we could probably get these pistons out. And the cylinders probably won't be too bad, but we'll have to get the head off and see what we got in here. And I'm going to have to put everything into a container and take it out into the mess. Anyway, here's my sump cover. Bearings junk. That's not spinning. It's rough, so it's got rust on it. Governor Assembly is free, not seized, not totally corroded out. It's not loose in the bore. And I took the filter off, and I didn't find any water in the filter, so chances are the oil pump is still going to be fine. That still seems to be turning pretty easy. But even then, I would just replace the oil pump. They're not all that expensive. I might even replace the one on my other Vanguard engine just so I know it's good, because I don't know if these are metal or plastic. Never had one opened up before. Bottom of the screen's got quite a bit of gook on the bottom of it. And not so much like debris in here. It's a shame because this engine was probably salvageable if it wasn't left out in the rain to suffer. Probably would have been fixable. So you Briggs and Stratton fans out there, look away. I know, too late. Crank gear looks like it's okay. You could probably clean that up. Not seeing any super bad rust on there. Some of the rust is from the cam. This is probably the only bad spot I'm seeing right here. I'm sorry, right there. It's probably the only bad spot I'm seeing on it. Otherwise it looks superficial. But then again, this is cheap. Here's another bad spot right here. Gears are cheap. You usually get them with a cam. Oh, looks there's our shim for the end play. So let me get a container and put all the parts in there and We'll see if we can't get these pistons freed up. We'll stick some oil in there and see if we can't grab the flywheel, and I'll show you what was special about this engine and why it's sitting crooked. That's the main part I went for when I spent the $50, was just what was on the other side of this engine. So hang on once again. Well, we're back. This is what was unique about the engine I wanted. That was worth the $50 by itself. Bonus is all the extra parts. The valves aren't seized in the heads, but they're all pitted, as well as the cylinders. The cylinders are pretty much toast. I don't think that's going to be salvageable. I mean, by the time you put a cam and bore it out and redo the pistons and redo the rods and remachine the crank and go through all the shovel, tearing it all apart, not to mention this whole motor is covered in this mud. I imagine the stator is most likely junk as well, because I'm sure it's corroded and junk. And that's about as far as I got in getting to rotate it, unless I want to smack on pistons with wood, but I got the parts I wanted off of it. I'm going to take this plastic cover off, and then this is just going to go out for lovely scrap. And I have all my hardware and all the parts are going to go in the box and go out in my shed. So, for those of you that are wondering, I wonder if it's going to run. No. But, yeah, for $50, I can't go wrong. I mean, I got this lovely flywheel adapter for this thing. I'm just ecstatic to get this piece, because you don't see these very often. So, well worth the, let me think how much gas I spent. I'm going to think probably 5 gallons. So well worth the, let's say, $14 in gas, $50 in paying for everything, and my time. Well worth the money and time just for this one piece. So, I'm ecstatic. And it looks like it's got threads in the end, but even if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I could probably tap that if I had to, but I'm pretty sure it's got threads in it. So, thanks for watching. And if you like the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, because that always spreads the word. And have a good day. Bye.